Hey guys, and welcome back to a new Roblox video. Today we're going to be making a anti-exploit system and a banned data store. I assure you that no hackers will get by this banned data store and anti-exploit system. Anyway, let's get to it. So I'm using this game for an example. You could really use any game. In the starter player scripts, we're going to add two local scripts. I can just duplicate this. One's going to be called main, and one's gonna be called anti. And we'll do the main first. Let me get the script up here. Main script. Okay, here we go. Local players equal game : get service. And that will be the player service. So you're gonna do that as our first variable, and then local player, not spelled like that, local player equals game dot players dot local player, and then repeat wait until player. Repeat wait until character. Player.character, I mean. And then we're gonna do local character equals player.character. I'll explain as we go on, but right now we're just waiting for the player, and we're waiting for the character, and we're making some variables. Local hum root, which is the humanoid root part, equals character wait for child humanoid root part. And local backpack equals player.backpack. Okay, and we're gonna just define the other script that we made called anti. So we're gonna do local anti equals script.parent.anti. And I think we're done with the variables, yeah. So now we're going to create a table of unallowed body properties. So local bodies, that sounds bad, like you just have a table of bodies. But we're going to name it that equals this, and you just you take out one and then you press enter and it moves it down. So if it doesn't do that though, you can just add one of these squiggly brackets, I forget what they're called, down here, and one up there. So that's how you do that. And the three ones that we don't like that hackers usually use is called a body gyro. Oh, we gotta do it in quotations. Body gyro equals true, so it's gonna ban you if you have a body gyro. And we gotta actually add a comma after that. And then we're going to do body velocity. And you could take some of these off depending if your game uses body velocities inside the player, which actually mine does, so I gotta take that off. So my other game, so I'm gonna just keep that in mind, but you should be good for the most part. And we're going to do body position. Oh, that and body position equals true. And then you don't have to add another comma after that. We're going to define this whole segment under local previous position. We're just defining previous position right there as a variable function kick. We're going to create a function here, game.replicated storage, which we're going to add in a second, .ban data fire server. And the parameter there is going to be the player. So in the replicated storage here, we're going to add a remote event. Yeah, okay. We're going to add a remote event called ban data. So remote event, and that's going to be called ban data. And then we're going to wait 5. So it saves before we actually kick them out. And then we'll say script. We'll script.parent colon kick. And you can put any message here, any message at all. You can even incorporate a time. So what I did is I said, I'm going to just copy it directly from here. I did this. So I did our anti-cheat detection has detected some suspicious activity on os.date, and that's going to get the exact date down to the milliseconds. And then it's going to say, for appeals, please contact my Twitter. Right there. And yeah, simple like that. And then we're going to create another thing. That was just the function kick. It's not the actual detection. And we just created a table there. So it's really not into action. Here's where we are going to check if they're teleporting. Telly. If humroot equals nil, because that's one of the things that hackers, their hacking program or exploitation, like Synapse X is an exploiter, not an exploiter, and I completely forgot what it was, but it runs the code. So yeah, some things mess up and it actually deletes the humanoid root part, or some hacks require the humanoid root part to be deleted. So that's how we check if they're hacking, because the humanoid root part should never go, because it is the center of the body, and most scripts use the humanoid root part to run, so they can bypass most scripts. Local position first equals hum root part dot position. Hum root. Oh, holy crap! Did I mess that up? Position. Okay. And then we got delay. So we're gonna add a little delay, a 1, function, a delay function. And that's gonna be like that. Local position second equals hum root dot position. If position second minus position first dot magnitude is greater than or equal to 140, then return end. So what this is going to do, if someone takes too big of a walk between two positions of the humanoid root part at once, so anything greater than a magnitude of 140, I don't know what exactly that magnitude is measured in. I'm gonna look that up in a second. So if they walk greater than 140 magnitude per Roblox second, then it will kick them. This also applies to people who have high pings, which is usually people who have high pings are people who hack too, but unfortunately this goes for people who actually have high pings. It will kick them and they will have to appeal. But that's a great thing why we have an appeal system, because stuff like this happens, but it happens very rarely. So I'm gonna look up right now what Roblox magnitude is measured in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm an idiot. I found out, I remember, everything on Roblox is measured in studs. That's their number one measurement, studs. So, yeah, magnitude is measured in studs. So 140 studs, just put it that way. And then it will kick them if they leap that at once. Anyway, let's get on to the next part here. And the anti-script is nothing, so we just have the data store after that. So, character dot child removed connect function, and the parameter here is going to be called obj, and that obj is going to be that child that was removed. So if obj colon is a humanoid, then return kick end. So we're just calling that kick function every time we find something suspicious. So, and then this is the last part of the script here. We're going to do a while wait do, and, oh, wrong place to put the while wait do. Okay. While wait do right there. Put the do outside the parentheses. And this is going to just run the check tally function. And it's going to do all of this stuff with the anti script. So if anti dot disabled, then anti dot disabled equals false. Else if script dot parent colon find first child anti equals nil, then kick. So if they can't find the anti-script, as in it's disabled, or it is some hacker deleted it, or some hacker disabled it, we're gonna kick them also. And then every while wait, we're gonna check tally. So you could put an exact measurement of time here, but I like to leave it at the default lowest. So yeah, and now we're gonna go into the anti really quick, because this is taking a bit longer than I expected. So in anti right here, it's a very short. Players, oh, we're gonna do local players equals game colon get service, and we're gonna do players, and then we're gonna do local player equals game colon game dot players dot local player, and then we're gonna do local main equals script dot parent colon wait for child main. And I like to keep that uppercase, yeah, as the same as the script. Okay, and then we're gonna create our first function here. Function, we can actually copy this from the main. This is gonna be the same function kick right here. So just copy that, make a few spaces there, keep everything organized, and then we'll just put it like that, nice. And then we're gonna do a while wait do, and it's gonna be almost the same thing as our previous while wait do, but without a few things and changing a few things. Instead of finding first child anti, we're gonna find first child main, and then we're gonna do equals nil, then kick, and then else if main dot disabled equals true, then main dot disabled equals false. So with this one, it's not going to kick it if the main gets disabled. It's just going to set it right back to false. So I don't know why. You can really change it and press kick right here, or you could do the same thing with the other script. I like to have a variation in them, so you could set one to keep setting it to false if it gets set to true, and you can have one that kicks it, kicks the player. Let's get into the band data store. The last script, it's going to be in the server script service. You can just name it band data store. And let me access that script right now. Okay, there we go. Local manual ban. And yeah, okay, equals those. Okay, local ban data store equals game colon get service data store service colon get data store, and you can name it anything. So I'm gonna name it bans because that's how you're gonna be accessing it to do appeals and stuff like that to remove people's bans. You're gonna have to remember this code right here, which is bans. For me, name it something simple, I suggest, because no one can access it unless they go into your Roblox studio, so you really don't have to worry about anything. Game.replicated storage dot ban data dot on server event colon connect function and then player, because on server event it's going fire server, and fire server automatically has player as its first parameter there. Why are we erroring out here? Colon connect function. I don't know why we're erroring. Oh, there we go. We got it. Local success, comma, error message equals pcall function, and okay. And then we're gonna do ban data store, colon set async. So this is going to set the data store. It's going to save the stuff. And what we're going to save, and the key is the player.user ID is the key. So the player's user ID is how you're going to access them. And then you're going to put true. So in the appeals, basically you're going to say to include their user ID. So that's the only way you'll be able to unban them, their user ID. It's in the URL of your profile. On your profile page, it's in the URL of Roblox. Okay. And then we're going to do just a little check right here. We're going to print saved. And there we go. Let's go on to when a player is added, we're going to ban them again. Game.players.player added colon connect function, and then that one is going to be player local user ID equals player.user ID, and then we're going to do if manual ban, and then we're gonna do user ID, then and then we're gonna print. We're gonna do our ban message right there, and that's like that. So, oh, I accidentally added an aesthetic sky here. Okay. Okay, that's good. So basically, if you want to manual ban them, you just add them to this table called manual ban right here, and it will ban their user ID. That's how you do that if you want to manually ban them. Local bans, then local success, comma, error message equals pcall function, and banned equals ban data store colon get async, and we're going to use the user ID as the key. So if this user ID and this user ID match up, we're going to go here and say if banned equals true, then we're going to say the kick message, and that should be the end of it. We'll test it out in a second. Let me just go here and see all the ways we can get banned. So if we teleport, Oh, I forgot to add those little parentheses there. Glad I checked. And, okay, so if we had a body, gyro, velocity, or position, we can get bands. If we delete the humanoid root part or the humanoid, and if we disable or delete anti. Okay, so really quick right now, I'm gonna add a little thing called HD admin. HD admin. I think it should be here, yeah. This is the official one. It should be most popular on the toolbox. So I'm gonna go in here now. I'm gonna press play. And what we're gonna do is we're going to... Okay, we're in. We're going to press here. We're going to apparate 140. Wait, is that a command? App R8. Oh, me. I gotta press. My username cyberwiz_YT140. And execute. Maybe it needs a little more. Okay. I think apparating can bypass that, but we're gonna go into CyberWizYT right now, and we're gonna go into the humanoid. And, you know, let's just delete that humanoid. Hello? Hello? We may have to do a little debugging here. What is it supposed to be located in starter player scripts? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm pretty sure I know why. If a exploiter was really hacking, this wouldn't affect them. But since I'm doing it in Studio right now, I have to click this little button right there, and then I gotta go to me, which is right here, and then, and only then, I can go here and delete the humanoid. Boop. There we go. Got it. And nice. So it says you were kicked from this experience. Our anti-cheat system has detected some suspicious activity on Tuesday, July at 6:07. That's an hour behind, but I guess okay. For appeals, please contact me on Twitter. So there it is. You got it. And let's press that leave button. And let's go back in here. I don't know if I have the access to API. There it goes. You were kicked from this experience. So it works. It takes a bit after the humanoid gets deleted to do that, though. And if you wanted to delete them from the data store, this is what you would do. You go here, and you go here, and the data store is banned, and you're gonna go there. Now I'm gonna get my ID here, and bada boom. That's my user ID. Let's get that here. You're going to put it there, and it says true. What we're going to do is we're going to change this to false, or you could just delete it entirely. So there you go. And now you're going to press there and play again. And I'm going to show you some different ways that you can actually get banned. 1 second. I think I needed to delete the whole thing. So bans. Okay, it set it back to true for some reason. We're gonna just delete it. And there we go. Okay. We'll load in again. There we go. Yeah, so just delete the scope right there. I think that's what it's called. No, just delete the entry in the data store. So now if we wanted to, we can go into this current server. Again, it has to be on the server. And we'll go inside the player again, and this time we're going to add a body velocity. Or a body gyro. We'll add a body velocity will do. And Hello? Body velocity? I think it has to actually set the settings on the body velocity to work. We'll add a body gyro really quick too. Body gyro. Maybe I'll add it here too. Cyber. Body gyro. Yeah, so I think it actually needs to be set to certain settings here. Yeah, because it's not active right now. Anyway, you can delete the humanoid report too. That also works. And yeah, so that's how you do this. It's a little buggy, but it works primarily. So yeah, just like that, it gets deleted. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Like and subscribe, and peace.